Hi everybody, and once again welcome to my YouTube channel where we speak about everything mental health. Today I'm talking about how we make people uncomfortable. Number one, crossing personal boundaries. For example, what we talk about, how we talk about it, personal space, and time. For example, there are people who are not into politics. And the minute you start getting into politics, you can see they are getting uncomfortable. Now, if you're sensitive, just drop it. Stop that topic. You are crossing a boundary. And you're making people uncomfortable. Sometimes it's personal space. There are people who are hug people, and there are people who are shake hand people, and there are people who are just wave people. Learn the boundaries. Learn to read people and to read languages. The other thing is time in matters boundaries. Learn when to call people, when to visit people. Otherwise, you may cross boundaries and make people uncomfortable. It takes a lot of sensitivity. It takes a lot of empathy. Number two, dominating conversations can make people uncomfortable. You cannot be the one in a group that talks. You are not the preacher. This is not a pulpit. You are in an environment where everybody has something to say. Give people time to also share their point of view. Stop dominating conversations. In any case, how else will you learn if you're always the dominant in the conversation? You also need to, when speaking to people, have eye contact. Don't stare, but don't avoid eye contact. Because in psychology, if you keep avoiding eye contact, one, you are not confident or you are not trustworthy. So, as human beings, eyes are kind of the soul of the spirit. So we connect through eye contact. So if you are always avoiding eye contact, then people may be uncomfortable with you. You may look a bit suspicious. Even if you're shy, just try and hold eye contact. Even if it's for a few seconds, it doesn't hurt. Then there's also the negative body language. For example, frowning. There are people who are always talking to you like they're frowning. So you're wondering, is this person angry with me or what? Or you are always panting, or you are always turning away, or you are not smiling or laughing where the occasion calls for such. Because I'm not saying just laugh at everything and nothing, but learn to flow. Understand where a certain body language is prompted by a certain reaction or a certain word. So learn to flow. Otherwise, you may make people very uncomfortable. People may start wondering, are we together? Are we connected? Am I saying something? Am I reaching you? So that may make people uncomfortable. There is also one big one here. Constant interruption. Allow people to talk and finish what they're saying. And even if you need to interject, because I understand, sometimes you need to interject. Signal that, can I say something? I need to say something. Or wait for the appropriate pause, then interject. But you cannot speak over people. And unfortunately, I see this happening a lot with children. They are weak. You will easily dominate them. Allow them to speak. And even if you need to interject, do it politely. Don't speak over people. Do not interrupt people unnecessarily. That makes people uncomfortable. And sometimes, you know what? They'll block. And they will allow you to talk. And you'll realize they have switched off. So if you're one of those interrupters, please work on that. Also, lack of empathy makes people uncomfortable. Try and always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try and feel what they are feeling. If someone is crying, don't cry with them. That is sympathy. But you can't be laughing when I'm crying. You can't be giving each other high five when I've just told you how my cat died. or how a relative of mine died. You need to have empathy. Otherwise, you will make people very, very uncomfortable. And consequently, people may actually just isolate you. Then there is also the issue of overcorrecting people. I am a huge advocate. In essentials, unity. In unessentials, liberty. In everything else, grace, charity. So there are times you need to correct somebody, and there are times you just need to allow things to slide, really. Don't keep correcting people on non-essentials. Things that are neither here nor there. You say these kind of beans give me gas. Then you say, no, they don't. Yeah, they do, and it becomes a fight. What does it matter? It is your gas. So why are we arguing about which beans give who gas? That is neither here nor there. So don't keep correcting people on non-essentials. Then there is the issue of being overcritical. Overcritical. You are so critical of everything. The food is not good, the house is not clean, the clothes are not clean, you are sleeping too much, you take too much water, everything is bad. Don't be overly critical. And this takes a lot of conscious effort to understand if you are overly critical. And finally, being highly opinionated. And this is tied to constant interruptions. Most people who constantly interrupt people are highly opinionated. Learn to allow people to give their opinion. It is their opinion. It is their opinion. So respect people's opinions. Agree to disagree, especially on non-essentials. I hope now you are able to understand maybe a few areas that we have realized are red flags that make people uncomfortable. And also let me know other things that we do, other behaviors that make people uncomfortable. You can put it down in the comment. Thank you once again for watching, and remember to subscribe. Remember, you got this.